Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much to SITES 2020 for giving the opportunity to present the research paper. My name is Sarah Firdausi, and in this occasion, I would like to present the research paper of identification of safety leadership implementation in construction projects with Mr. Ahmad Suraji and I, Sarah Firdausi, as the authors. There will be five set of slides discussed: um, background, literature review, research methodology, results and discussion, and conclusion and suggestion. For the background, according to International Labour Organization in 2015, the construction industry is one of the most dangerous in the world, um, with the four most common and fatal accidents happening on construction sites are falls, struck by objects, electrocutions, caught in between. Various safety policies, regulations, and engineering methods have been applied in order to strengthen the safety in construction. But at the end of the day, everything depends on the people involved in the construction project. How one should handle errors that happen, how one should prevent fatality from happening, how one should manage the construction safety so that the environment are safe from any kind of hazards. Thus, in this research, the objective is to assess safety leadership implementation in construction projects, and the benefit that we wish to gain from this research is to elaborate the role of leadership factor towards safety acts, which can be implemented in construction industry, so that it might minimize errors and accidents. As for who plays the role of safety leadership, safety leaders don't necessarily have to be managers or supervisors. Everybody can be a safety leader. Those who not only exhibit personal safety behaviors but inspire others to do the same. But in this research, the focus positions are the members of the project team. And how is the practice of safety leadership? In 2018, Steve Giegel proposes five stars safety supervision and leadership. The first S stands for supervision. The leaders oversee work activities to make sure that the employees are safe. And the T stands for training. The leaders conduct safety education and training for their project team. The A is for accountability. The leaders insist everyone complies with company safety policies. And the R is for resources. The leaders provide physical resources so employees can work safely. And the last S is for support. The leaders create a supportive and psychosocial work environment so employees do not work under undue stress. And in 2019, Mr. Suraji proposes the expansion of the five stars theory that adds nine construction leadership elements and seven construction safety system elements, the 759 safety leadership. The combination of the nine and seven elements will create a matrix that outlines the manifestation of safety leadership in construction projects in the form of program or activities. Each of the manifestation variable from the matrix is then categorized into the five stars. For the research methodology, the research questionnaires are deployed into two methods, by hard copy and by online. The hard copy method is distributed to PT Pertamina Persero and PT Adikarya Persero Tbk. Both branches are in South Jakarta. For the online method, We contacted our acquaintances who work in construction projects and distributed the questionnaire in the form of Google Form. The target respondents are categorized into two um, categories. For project manager, they are to assess their general manager's safety leadership implementation. As for the site engineering manager, site operations manager, health, safety, and environment manager, they are to assess their project manager's safety leadership implementation. After the questionnaire results have been collected, the scores given are calculated by using the formula of percentage by Sugiono, and to determine whether the percentage value of the variables are in the good or bad category, the formula used for the interval score range by Putra is as shown here. In the safety leadership assessment tool, there are 40, 54 variables that the respondents need to assess as shown here. For the number of respondents, there are 15 respondents in total, with the details as shown on the table. Based on the results of the validity and reliability test, it can be seen that all variables are valid and reliable. Starting on this slide, we'll discuss about analysis result on the variables for each safety leadership manifestation category. The first one is supervision. The percentages vary from 80% to 50%, which means that some variables are commonly always implemented by the project leaders in construction projects. Some are often implemented, but some variables are only sometimes implemented. For training, the percentages vary from variables are often implemented to variables are sometimes implemented. The highest score is 78% and the lowest is 59.33%. Accountability received relatively the high scores compared to the last two aspects, with the category of implementation are always and often implemented. It indicates that the majority of construction projects do have policies and regulations regarding construction safety. Resources only have four variables, and they are the contribution of from safety budgeting element. All of the variables are often implemented by the project leaders. For support, most of the variables are only sometimes implemented. The support aspect itself is about how the project leaders motivate, inspire their project team, and also how they care about their team. The purpose is to create a harmonic environment and team bonding. So, saying from this result, it seems that the variables are not commonly applied in construction projects. This is the recapitulation of the safety leadership implementation scores. It shows that the accountability has the highest implementation score, while support received the lowest score. This slide discusses the average score of implementation by general manager and project manager. From the graphic, it can be seen that the general manager scored higher in every aspect compared to project manager. This can be said to be theoretically reasonable, as a general manager is responsible for the entire field of the project, including as the project manager supervisor. It is only reasonable for a general manager to have better knowledge in the project. Even though there is a diversity of mean scores on the safety leadership categories of manifestation, the average values indicates that both general managers and project managers assessed often implement safety leadership in their respective construction projects. This is the ANOVA analysis result on the variables. The meaning of this result is that the null hypothesis is rejected and hypothesis 1 is accepted, which shows that the model is statistically significant. This is the documentation from PT Adikarya. Um, the activities recorded here involve supervision on site and training conducted on the project team. This can be used as a validation tool to prove that the supervision and training manifestations are indeed implemented in the construction project, which are in line to the average score of supervision and training aspect that indicates both are often implemented in the construction project. The conclusion: the category of safety leadership manifestations by the project leaders in construction projects are either sometimes, often, or always implemented, with the average score of supervision manifestation is 72.92, training 69.30, accountability 80.93, resources 72.33, and support 62.89. And general managers and project managers often implement safety leadership manifestations in the construction project. But based on point one, the frequency depends on the category of manifestation. And based on the ANOVA results, the relationship between the five categories of manifestations is statistically significant. For the suggestion, the government needs to probe more into the importance of safety leadership aspect in the construction industry and how the project leaders affect the team. The writers suggest official standards of competency from the government regarding the employee who will take the position as the project leader. And the second one, the construction industry should take notice on the well-being of their organizational and managerial aspect, creating a harmonic environment and giving appreciation for succeeding to work safely are one of the ways to enhance the team's performance. And final suggestion is the project leaders are expected to promote and become the role model for conducting safe behaviors. Thus, the rest of the team members will follow the example without any kind of coercion. That is all for the presentation. I apologize if there was any mistake made during the presentation. Thank you very much.